Hey guys, welcome back to Kaku Kayak's headquarters. So in this video we're going to talk about putting together your pedal drive and installing it correctly. I've already got it partially installed here because it's just easier to show that way. So I've already put the mounting bar in with the bolt here and clamped it into the mount. But most importantly, when you open your pedal drive, you're going to have your cranks. When you turn your cranks over to the back side, one of them just has numbers, one of them has a capital R with numbers. The R is for the right side. Make sure you put this on the right side. Make sure you double check your pedals, make sure they're tight, and you want to do that for a little bit while this is brand new. The threads are all brand new. Make sure you keep them tight. If you pedal this when they get loose, you will bore out all the threads. Now, the reason you definitely want to make sure this is on the right side is the left side has a reverse thread on it. Like a bicycle, they put a reverse thread on that side, on the left side, so when you're pedaling forward, you're actually pedaling in the direction to tighten the pedals. The difference with a pedal drive is it has reverse. So in reverse, you're pedaling in the direction where it's the direction to loosen them. So just make sure, first time out, trying to break this in, that you take a wrench with you and make sure that stays tight. The other thing with these pedals is there's a bolt on the end of the pedal here. Now that you want to make sure that that is not too tight. You want to make sure this pedal spins freely. If that bolt is too tight and this pedal is not spinning freely, as soon as you go into reverse, you're going to start unthreading the pedal, and if you keep pedaling it, you're going to ruin that crank. You're going to need a new crank. Okay, so those are important things that I wanted to tell you about. So you're going to pull these out, mount the right side on. You got the bolts here. The left side bolt for mounting the cranks is reverse thread. So you just thread those on, put them on tight, make sure everything stays tight. I've already taken the cotter pin out here that locks this either up or down. You can basically just get rid of that thing because you don't want it. You want this pivot here so that you can be able to put it down and fold it back up nice and easy. So the cotter pin's not really necessary after you receive it. Double check your prop, make sure this is tight. The pedal drive comes with a toolkit, so it comes with some Allen keys here. Always carry these with you. One of them's for here, one of them is for the crank bolts. So you got all the tools you need right here except for the wrench for the pedal. So carry a little wrench with you and you'll be good to go in case anything ever happens on the water. Another thing that I do get some comments from, in the molding, this on one side is nice and flush, on the other side it doesn't look so flush. That's just how it was in molding, so it is normal. I've gotten emails and people get it and they think that this thing's not put together right, but it is. This side of the lip, it just stands up a little higher. Okay, so last thing I want to talk to you about caring for your pedal drive and doing basic maintenance to it to make sure it stays running smooth and you don't tear up any bearings in there. So the bottom section here has got 4 bolts. You take the 4 bolts off, you end up with this piece here. You don't have to worry, nothing's going to fall out of there or anything. It's actually pretty simple in here. So when you look down inside this hole, you have a beveled gear right there. You want to check that from time to time, just see how the grease is doing there and re-grease it. It's always, you cannot have too much grease in there. And if you're wondering what kind of grease to use, this is the grease I like. This is Finish Line ceramic grease. This is made for bicycles, for putting in bottom brackets and all kinds of bearing stuff. It's a great grease. It holds up under heat. So you can pick this up at a bike shop or on Amazon or whatever, but keep some of this around. Grease that. Let me pull this out of here. So this piece here is just, I already had this loose, but this just a cartridge there. This is one that actually the bearing had already come apart. So this is what can happen, and that makes it loose. So if you're pedaling and you notice that you're pedaling but your prop's not turning, a lot of times it's going to be that bearing there. The grease got too thin and got used up, and that bearing's come apart and it makes it have play. So this gear just kind of knocks out of the way of the top gear, and that's what will generally be happening. So this piece here, you can get a spanner wrench off of Amazon. I paid $12 for this. This takes this off. It also takes out the top part if you need to grease that. So Best way to do it, get that grease and just stick it all around up in that bearing, jam it up in there good to make sure that stays greased, to make sure the gear stays greased, and you'll be good to go. That's all it needs. If it's got protection, you know, it's just like your car or anything else. Keep it lubed up and it'll work good for you for a long time. The top part here, there's actually a little Allen key piece in here. If you unbolt that, that's for putting grease in there. Or you can have your spanner wrench and take these cranks off and open this up. But to make it easy, I think you can get this in a tube. If not, you can get something similar in a tube that you could just squirt the grease up in there. And that'll keep this going good for you. It's just simple maintenance that makes things last a long time. I think that about covers everything. The only other thing I will tell you is that we do the pedals that are on here, as far as I'm concerned, they're not great pedals, but they're what comes with the pedal drives when we buy them. We have these upgraded pedals. These are nice, comfortable pedals and high quality pedals. We'll be putting these up on the website. These are for folding bikes, so they do fold up. What would make that good is it makes it so they can't just flop around, you know, in the wind. If you are traveling with this on the kayak, you know, they can't flop around or anything, and also can kind of get them out of the way a little bit. But they're a higher quality pedal, so we do carry those, and they'll be on the website here probably today. So thanks for watching. If you guys got any questions, you can give us a call or email us as usual. Thank you.